I've found the studies where it says like people buy from people who have hair. So I didn't want to find out what would happen to my close rate if I went bald. So I said, before that even happens, I'm fixing my hair. Think of all the most successful people, the people in the business space, the majority of them all have hair. So
Yeah.
that's my thought process when it comes to business. I'm sure it saved me tons of money.
Yeah, it's like an investment. Like you pay like maybe 10K one time, and then the ongoing return on investment just keeps going.
Big
Yeah.
time. And not even to mention the real estate I got back in my head. So it's great for the outward perception and the inward perception of myself as well.
I spoke with rapper turned entrepreneur Benny D, and today he is COO of a seven-figure business. I talked to him about his hair loss journey and his experiences with getting a hair transplant done. And these are the highlights from that conversation. Enjoy. Yeah, we got linked up with by Patrice. Yeah, really appreciate her for setting this up. And yeah, I heard from her that you got a hair transplant, which I'm really yeah. Oh, look at that! Look at
Yeah,
that.
buddy.
Same as me.
You got one too.
Yeah. I've got one as well.
You did the front.
Yeah. I did the front.
Did you see Ted's before and after photos as well?
I didn't. No.
Okay, he was pretty fucked. He had the temples. Yeah, he had all the like way all only he had was like the top and the back, but like all this was gone.
So what did you have filled in?
I had so the crown, my crown area, it still doesn't grow too much, but I
Yeah.
had a big bald spot right here,
Uh-huh.
like straight, just big fat bald spot. It was really bad, and it just like this whole area was starting to get more and more sparse. And I started my hairline is going back a bit, but not too bad.
Huh.
So I lost a little hair, but they didn't touch it here. They just filled all of this in because it was very. When you see the top of my head, it's still not super dense, but
Yeah.
it was bad before. All my photos would just be marred by this big.
Oh, exactly. What was the moment that you realized like, oh, I'm fucked right now?
I knew it was coming for a really long time. I remember the first time I was probably 23. I was at my friend's house in Miami, and we were playing video games, and he came up behind me. He goes, and he's bald. He goes, "Oh, Benny's going bald." I was like, "The fuck do you mean?" No, I'm not. I was so upset. I never even thought that I would ever go bald. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
not me. And then after that day, I always was like, fuck, fuck, fuck. And then it started to really progress like 2 years ago, right around where I got it done. And it just quickly just
Yeah.
started disappearing. The more I thought about it, the more it fell out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the stress-related hair loss, which is another type of hair loss, but can indeed accelerate things. Yeah, like that moment, it sticks with you so hard. Like I still remember, I was like 19 or 20. I was playing outside with a bow and arrow. Day was amazing, summer day, couldn't be better. Took some pictures, and afterwards I saw these pictures, and I saw my balding crown. I was like, no. No.
So sad.
Yeah,
I would wish it upon no man, dude. It's sucks.
yeah, exactly. So,
Can't get wet. Getting wet in the when you go
oh,
swimming and stuff. For me, it's like it's gone. You can
dude,
see completely. I look completely bald.
dude, I haven't even like been in a pool for the past 5 years, I think. For context, I have watched the podcast with Matthew Thompson on school stories to get a little bit of context, get to know you a little bit. And actually, the first question that I had is that right now you are COO, so you do pretty much, well, you do a lot. I'm not sure about everything, but you do a lot, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure about everything either, but I do a lot.
So, if you are introverted, if everything on the business depends on you or lots of things, how do you not get tired from talking to people all day? That's something I'm really curious about, actually.
That's a great question. Yeah, so introverted and extroverted, I believe that it's measured by where you go to recharge, right? So for me, yeah, I absolutely go to recharge and I read a fantasy novel, like straight up knights in shining armor, good versus evil. That's where I recharge, right? So the more drained I am, the more pages I'm reading.
Yeah.
That being said, I can still go out and follow my mission, which is to help people. So I can go out, I can be front facing, I can talk to these people, because then it comes back to Ted, and Ted will be like, bro, the Myers-Briggs system is all BS. You can be whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. You can be front facing. Just understand where do you recharge. And for me, I go home at the end of the day, or I sit down and I read a book, and then I'm good to go.
Ah, exactly. So then, yeah, then you recharge enough to go again the next day.
Absolutely.
Ah, okay, okay.
And
Yeah,
if I'm
awesome.
starting to get drained, then I'll just listen to like Relentless by Tim Grover, and I'll be like, you still got to do it anyway, right? Or I'll listen to Neville Goddard or Eckhart Tolle and be like, just be present. The emotions aren't even they're from the body. I'm not even the body. I'm not even the mind. I'm the consciousness, and the consciousness doesn't get weighed down by these traits, these thoughts, these emotions. So I'm good no matter what.
Yeah, exactly. It's like what Leila Hormozi says, like "fuck your mood, follow the plan."
Love it. Yeah, exactly, exactly. The mood isn't even you, dude. Just
Yeah, it's really difficult to actually take control of those emotions. Like I'm not really that good at it, I will be honest, but trying to keep better, trying to get better at that. About the hair loss, like when you realize, what impact did it have for you? Like what changed for you? Did it affect your life negatively in some ways?
yeah, dude, it made me super insecure. It definitely made me super insecure. I spent a lot more time out of the shower, looking at my hair, taking videos of my head, watching it. It took up real estate in my brain that I realized I did not want to sacrifice that amount of real estate that it was taking up. Instead of thinking of the business and how to help people, I'm
Yeah.
like, how many more months do I have until I have to shave it all off, right? So definitely anxiety inducing. Didn't make me feel as beautiful as I like to feel. And it was enough where I said I need to make a change. I need to do something, and that's where we decided to go get our hair done.
Like at some point, the knowing that you have this hair loss, it's like a troll that hangs on your back. Like you cannot get rid of it. It's always there. No matter if you do a presentation, go outside, it's raining or it's sunny outside. You're like,
Yeah, that's
something like that.
exactly it. That's exactly it. You go to the gym and you know that people are watching. You do a presentation, you know people are watching. Everywhere you go, you're taking photos and you know people are going to see it in the photos. It's just a troll on your back. It's never gone.
It's never, yeah. So when did you get the hair transplant done then?
Last April, so probably
Oh,
like literally a year ago, maybe to
yeah.
the day.
Oh, sick, sick. So, actually, before that, what made you decide to get a hair transplant then? Did you look at other options, or maybe you decided or contemplated shaving it all off? Yeah, like you mentioned that before, but yeah,
That's a great question.
yeah,
Yeah, I got like the Rogaine type of stuff from Hims. I don't know if you know the company
yeah,
Hims.
yeah,
And then I read the label and I read it like, hey, this is going to kill your testosterone. Hey, we also prescribe depressants. So when you start taking this and you get depressed, don't worry, just take the pills. I'm a big no pill guy. I'm a big no mainstream medicine guy.
yeah,
And so all of the stuff that they were like doing with the Hims, I said, fuck that. I'm not taking it. Excuse my language.
yeah. No worries, no
Um,
worries. Just be yourself.
yeah, yeah. So I definitely tried that. I thought that'd be great. I did the biotin as well. I was taking
Hmm.
biotin. I didn't see a huge difference. My nails started growing longer, but my hair didn't fill in.
That's not
So
the
then
problem
me
we
and
are
Ted,
solving for.
exactly. My nails are fine. I don't need longer nails. But then after nothing really worked, I just started kind of chatting about it with Ted as an idea, and then he was like, "You know what? Let's do it." And having somebody else to do it with made it
Yeah.
so much easier. We took action so much faster because we knew we were both going to Turkey and we were doing it together.
Oh, both going to Turkey. Okay. So how did you choose the clinic?
That's a great question. Felicity, my fiance, she said, "Okay, if you're going, you need to go to a clinic that knows how to do black people hair." Because
Oh,
I've
okay.
heard, and so she went on TikTok, she did her research, and she found the group that does a lot of black people. And so she said, that dictates it. That's what you're doing. That's where you'll go.
With that type of hair, it's really curly, and so the way that grows out of your scalp is really angled. And so if
Mm.
you want to take it really exactly, then you need to take it so precisely because it's so easy to break the actual hair follicle, and then you end up with nothing. So yeah, it's actually more difficult.
Fascinating. Well, I'm glad I went with not just a bunch of white people. I went with a place that had a bunch of black people in it. Shout out to Felicity for that. It worked. No offense to the white people. I'm 75% white myself, but
Oh,
the hair is
exactly.
definitely not.
Well, we share that our hair loss.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so fast forward to the night before the operation. Like you are there, you are thinking about, okay, this is actually going to happen. Like what is going through your mind then?
Oh man, I'm Ted and I are both pissed that we're not going to be able to work out for 2 weeks.
Oh, yep.
We're pissed. We're like, all right, we're gonna wake up in the morning. We're gonna do 500 squats. We'll do a bunch of bench press. We'll do planks, so that by the time we finish, we'll be so sore we won't even be able to work out for 2 weeks. That was our biggest worry. We're not gonna be able to work out for 2 weeks. Other than that, I was like, bro, everything else we've taken like a chip on the shoulder, no problem. This will be a breeze. We didn't expect anything of. We're like, this will be. We crushed everything. We conquered. But the working out was sad.
Oh, you still remember that?
I still remember that. Yeah, big time. And then I remember the next day, bro, when we went into the operatory. Dude, that is, you're a brother, man. That pain,
Yeah.
that pain is, I wouldn't, I wouldn't wish it upon anybody. I would do it again, but golly, I wouldn't have gone into it so chipper. No,
No.
I wouldn't have gone into it like, oh, this is gonna be great. How long were you on the how long were you sitting there where they were digging in your head, dude?
I think it started at like 8, yeah, 4 or 5 hours, something like that. Then I was
Yeah.
out.
Oh, did they give you Xanax or anything?
Well, they did give me like an aspirin. I'm not really sure if you
Okay.
have that over there, but like aspirin, quite a lot of that. And when the injections were done, the clinic also used a head massage in my, like a massaging device in my neck, which vibrated, which really distracts you from the pain.
That's really clever.
So
Okay.
yeah,
The injections are the worst part, though, right?
yeah, but they actually weren't that bad. Even on the top, because still it needs to be injected on top, and then over there using the massaging device is a little bit more difficult or not as effective. But it wasn't the worst. I would say.
Maybe you had some good hands, bro. For me, I thought I had a strong pain tolerance, but that was tough for me.
Oh, oh. So how long did your transplant take? Did you know that?
Probably like 8 to 3. Yeah, so
Hmm.
probably like five, what, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 5, 6 hours, same as yours.
So you are there for a couple hours. They extract everything, little break, and then they restart again. Or was it
Yeah,
different?
yeah, exact same way. The injections hurt like heck. That was ooh, and then I was numb, so it was cool. Then they work. But then near the end, I wasn't on any medication because I'm not a medication guy. Started wearing off while they were putting stuff in, and I was starting to feel each one they put in. Oosh, oosh,
Oh
oosh.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, I've had the same. At the end, it was like, not working as much as I used to be, and I was asking like, hey, can I get another injection? And they were like, oh no, we're almost done. No, no,
That's what they said to
don't
me.
worry. So just keep going. Like, I'm feeling this. I'm feeling this.
Yeah, 100%. Me too. Yeah, I'm feeling this. By the way, told me to tell you if I feel anything, I'm feeling it. Oh, we're almost done. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, exactly. So, what were the 2 weeks of recovery like then for you?
The first 2 days, I was in Turkey, so I was just sitting upright. Right, you can't lay down. Watching a ton of Netflix. I think we watched Ford versus Ferrari,
Oh,
eating
nice.
veggie sushi. Yeah, good movies. But the time zones were messed up. It was like literally the opposite time zones in Turkey, so
Yep.
the sleeping was kind of messed up. It was pretty torturous. But when I got home, it was pretty light. No complications. Sleeping well. Back to back to work. Um, couldn't go to the gym. That was bothersome. I
Mm.
started to get my hair started to get itchy. You start kind of like tap the head a little bit.
Oh,
It's getting the itches. But after that, clean, no complications. It was honestly after it was a breeze. It was awesome.
how long did you stay in Turkey then? Like, how did you deal with the flight back? That is something like I'm not sure how the flights work in regard to a hair transplant because I had done locally.
Yeah, I just sucked it up. It's like being balding times 10. Walking through the airport the next day with the neck pillow around.
Yeah.
You got tape on your head and stuff, and people are just. But it's Turkey, so everybody kind of expects it.
You're like,
I had
hey
this one
brother, hey
moment.
brother.
Yeah, exactly. I was definitely insecure, but it was like it is what it is. I had this one moment where I was getting off the plane. I landed back in Boston. That's where I was living at the time, And usually I'm always like letting the ladies go first. I go to let the lady go first. She takes one look at me. She goes, "Go ahead. Like you need it more than me." She looked at me like a cancer patient. I was like, "Oh man, that hurt. That hurt." I'm like, thanks. I left. That was funny.
It's 1 year after your hair transplant. Would you have changed anything about your hair transplant? Like maybe different clinic, different, yeah, I don't know.
No, it's perfect.
Yeah,
I'm glad I wouldn't change a thing. And
awesome.
what's so cool is like they did this whole package. So they had to stay at the Radisson Blue. The breakfasts, they had the buffet, they got the juice. It was amazing. It was great. And having going to a place where they already have the hotel for you, they already have the transportation for you. So all you do is you pull up in the airport. They got their name with the sign. Hey, you pull up, you get in, take you to the airport, chill, maybe show you around, and then they drive you to the place, drive you back, drive to the place, drive you back, drive you home. Done. Awesome. Love it.
Ah, so at the airport they're like, hey, hair transplant clinic, go here,
Yeah, yeah.
or just your name.
It was like Ben DeLemos and then like have a clinic. Of course, they had a little advertising going on. Yeah, for sure.
So what did the hair transplant achieve for you? Like confidence, of course, but like, is it anything tangible? Like, hey, and now it allows me to grow my business by this, or relationship in that way, or yeah,
Yeah, genuinely. I'm a big guy when it comes to optimizing for sales. And one of the things that we have is an amazing sales team. And when I used to run all of the sales calls, I literally did the math and I found that my sales close rate increased by 5% when I wear this green sweater. This is my lucky sweater.
let's
My
go.
close rate goes up 5% every time I wear it. So I had to wear it for this. When I have perceived value, when I wear this watch, my close rate goes up by 3%. When I have a plant in my background, my close rate goes up by 2%. So there's a bunch of different things that I do to optimize for close for perceived value.
Yeah,
And having hair, I didn't get to test being bald, but I've found the studies where it says like people buy from people who have hair. People buy from people who are pretty. People trust people who have hair. So I didn't want to find out what would happen to my close rate if I went bald. So I said before that even happens, I'm fixing my hair because I know that it's time. Think of all the most successful people, the people in the business space, the majority of them all have hair. So that's
yeah.
that's my thought process when it comes to business. I'm sure it saved me tons of money.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's like an investment. Like you pay like maybe 10K one time, and then the ongoing return on investment just keeps going, keeps going, keeps going.
Big time. Big
Yeah,
time. And not even to mention the real estate I got back in my head. So it's great for the outward perception and the inward perception of myself as well.
yeah. Like now that I've had a hair transplant as well, I would have never imagined in my life that I would have talked to random people on the internet. It's just hopping on the call with you. I've never spoken to you before, but here I am. That's what hair loss and fixing hair loss can do.
Amen.
Regarding your business, actually, so you were a rapper, then you exited, and you are now CEO of a seven-figure online business. Am I right in that?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a weird jump.
So how did you make the jump?
Yeah, I was a musician. My goal was to help as many people, and so I started releasing pretty cool music that I felt would influence other people to go out and crush it. But I was broke. So from 18 to 23, I was working as a waiter during the day and making music all night, every night. And it was awesome. I love being a creative, but I was super duper broke and I was sick of it. So I flipped all the way to the other side and I went super hard into business, investing in myself, figuring out how to help people in the online space. It was great and started making a lot of money.
Yeah,
And then once I started making money, I've kind of come back to center. And now I've got the creative side and I've got the money side and the business side. And I get to put them together and be creative in business and help people. And it's awesome. So being broke led me to making money. Then making money led me to finding the middle ground.
the main thing is like finding a clinic that doesn't completely screw you over. Like the research part of that is so important, so important. Like I found that most clinics had like they focus more on sales tactics and actually delivering. I had like 10 consultations with different clinics, and they were like, oh yeah, we can absolutely do that, no worries. And it was like, I'm looking for more. There has to be more. And then finally I found a clinic that actually went in depth on the situation. And I'm sure you go really in depth with your situation, or like the people you that work for you, right?
Oh, with our clients, yeah. But for the clinic we went to a mill. They call it
A
like
mill.
yeah, everybody that we spoke to, the same experience. Like they're trying to sell us, they're trying to sell us. We're closers, so we're like, bro, we know you're trying to sell us. We finally found somebody we're like, you'll do. We did our own research, we liked him, and we went with him.
So
Yeah.
what made that person stand out of that clinic?
Not the closer. The closer sucked still. It was Felicity, my fiance, saying this is the right place to go. They do black people hair, and I said, cool, and I didn't sweat it, and I guess we got lucky.
Oh, I guess you got lucky. so so did you convince Ted to get the hair transplant or other way
Oh,
around?
Ted was in. No, you know what? I was the one who brought it up for sure. I was definitely tossing it out there, like, yo, dude, we could go get some transplants. And then he said, yeah, let's do it. And then like a month before we went, even like days before we went, I'm like kind of getting scared. You sure you want to do this? He's like, yeah, cool. We went. But I would have backed out. I was getting scared.
Oh yeah. Oh, you would have backed out.
I got close to it. I would have at least postponed it for another like year. So it's good that when I followed up with him, like, yo, you sure? Because Ted and I will make plans. We'll like make plans to go buy a program and go fly out to Idaho. Like, and then the day before, we don't talk about it in between the decision and the day it's time to go. So then the day before, I'm like, yo, we've got that flight tomorrow at 6 a.m. You good for it? He's like, oh, yeah, I'm good for it. And then we end up going. So it was kind of like that situation. Like we made the plan a year ago, but it was a week before. I'm like, hey, we got flights to Turkey. We still good for that? And he's like, oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I'm in. But if he had said no, then I wouldn't have went.
So what made you not sure about that then just before?
I was busy with business.
Ah,
I'm so one track minded where it's like, dude, if I can just work, I just want to work. So I was in serious pain then. Then I was also like in the midst of business. Prying myself away from work is very difficult for me. I just like to stand here and work all day. It's really fun.
what is the most? Yeah, you like to help people. So what is the most fulfilling part of your yeah your business, your
Success
job, your
stories.
role?
There's nothing better than picking up my phone in the morning and getting a message from Patrice saying like, "Yo, I just did 50,000 this month," and
Yeah.
she's like a 20, you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
young
Oh, dude.
crusher. That's the
But
best. Getting the
Patrice is a
messages,
legend. Yeah.
yeah. She's a legend.
Yeah.
Getting messages from our clients like talking about, dude, I just did this, dude, I just did this, 20, 50, 100,000. I'm like that. That makes me very, very happy. It makes me feel like I'm here for a reason and that all the hard work is worth it. It's a really good feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's all about purpose. It's all
Yeah.
about we want to be useful. That's the main thing. We want to be useful. We try to find our delivery vehicles to actually become useful. And so yeah,
Yeah.
I was the baldest guy in school, in high school.
Yeah. That's tough.
Yeah,
Bald guy in high school is very tough.
it was. And it's like, oh, it's windy today. Oh, let me stand like this. Like maybe it doesn't whop, wave over the other way.
Tough, dude.
Yeah, it's
And now your hair
like
is amazing.
awesome, thank you. It's still a work in progress. Yeah, but I'm
I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell at all. That's what's cool. Like we're used to being insecure, but now once our hair is done, like nobody's gonna guess. Nobody's
yeah.
gonna be like, "Do you got hair transplant?" No, nobody will ever guess unprompted.
So maybe we yeah. I'm trying to I'll quote you some from the Matthew Thompson podcast. Find somebody that is you 4 years ago.
Hmm.
That's the thing. That's the thing I want to do with hair.
That's dope. That's dope. Find yourself 4 years ago. Yeah, that's a huge mission for you. That's your demographic. Dudes in high school who are staying outside of the wind because they don't want their hair to go.
Yeah, I think that that is it. I think that's all the questions about hair loss, hair transplants, all that kind of stuff. What it can do to you, what it's like to actually overcome it, what it's like to actually fly over to Turkey. Not really being sure, but if you're gonna go through with it. Yeah, if you have any links that you want to share, like I would like to upload this to YouTube if you want. If you have any links to share, I would love to share it in the description.
Cool. I'll shoot you a message on school after this with a link to our free community if people want to start an online business.
Awesome, awesome. I will do that. Again, thank you so much, man. Thank you for your time, and yeah, hopefully talk to you soon, and hopefully you don't need my help in the future.
Yeah. But anybody who else does, they know who to go to. So,
Exactly. Awesome, man. Thank you so
awesome.
much.
My pleasure. Talk soon. Peace,
Bye
peace.
bye. Thank you for watching. And if you are interested in building your own business or you are interested in getting a hair transplant, check the description below with all the links you can possibly have. And if you have your own hair loss journey, comment below and maybe you can appear on this podcast as well. Again, thanks for watching and see you in the next one.